excited because today we are at Hands of Hope Physical Therapy and Wellness. And with us now is their CEO, Motaz. Welcome, how are you?
Thank you for being here, Donna. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
happy to be with you.
I'm so happy to be here. This is so lovely. Everyone on your team that I have met so far is just beautiful people, wonderful people. You have about 100 employees that represent 17 different cultures.
Yes.
It's amazing. And the languages that you speak, and I guess, did you put your company together with that in mind, that you wanted to be able to help people from many different nationalities and different cultures and things?
Yes, absolutely. So, we've been through phases where it's been just me at a certain point, and then we come to the point of forming a team, and then I believe we came to the perfect formula of a team that is very diverse. Culture is something big that we always put attention to. We're very tentative to what we do with our employees, and we handpick them. We're very tentative to what we do with our patients through their journey on Hands of Hope.
Now, speaking of journeys, how did you first get into physical therapy, you yourself personally?
So it's the old cliche. I was injured as a kid, and I got to a physical therapist, and I felt better, and I was like, okay, this is something cool. I would like to do it, and that's basically as simple as it.
So were you playing sports? How did you?
I play soccer.
Okay.
I used to. 50 pounds ago, I used to play soccer. So I love soccer, and at the time, I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and he said you would need a surgery. But I was able to be treated through physical therapy and go back to the field. So I was like, wow, that's cool. I want to do that.
Yeah. Now, were you a forward, a halfback, a fullback? What position did you play? Midfielder.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I was a playmaker. So
you were able to go back and play.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And is that kind of what your basis is for helping people? You want them to go back to whatever their normal existence or life was, or as close to possible?
Yes, it's about a lifestyle. So physical therapy is a lifestyle. You want to get people functional. You want to get people happy. You want to get people their true selves. And this is what we strive to do every day. Physical therapists in general are very genuine at what they do. And in Hands of Hope, we foster that, and we work towards it to enhance that and capitalize on it. We work around the patient experience. We work around making it fun every time they come here, because it's a journey. It's not a one-time visit. People come for 8, 10, 12, 15 times. We want to make sure they get the best out of it. They want to make sure they bond to the staff, they feel their home, they feel the culture, and they feel that we're genuinely there for them. So this is what we strive for every day.
I love the fact that you want to make it fun, because if it's fun for them, then they're going to come back.
Yes.
So walk us through maybe a typical onboarding, if you will. So somebody comes in, they call you, they say, oh, this hurts or that hurts. What's the process like for someone to first come here?
So they get an onboarding specialist, quality assurance, who explains the process A to Z. They facilitate everything for them. The healthcare industry is a little different because it's not just the customer versus the business. There is a payer who's the insurance in the middle.
Okay.
So we need to facilitate that for that, mitigate the risks for them, and assure them that we will handle the insurances, we will handle any hassles that you might have. We will handle your appointment booking, and then we will handle your eligibility verifications, whatever needs to be done. We just want you to be here to get better. And then
it's like peace of mind then for them.
It's a peace of mind.
Because you're right, I did on your website, I noticed you do take a lot of insurances, and you do take a lot of different combinations of things.
Yes, and we allow same-day appointments as well. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so especially like an emergency, right? Like
yes.
all of a sudden somebody's like in major pain.
Yes.
Have you seen some repeat business? Have you seen somebody refer their friend and so forth and so on, and
More than 25% of our database is friends and family referrals.
Okay.
So everybody who walks into Hands of Hope, eventually we get the rest of the family. So
every ache and pain.
Yeah.
And as we age, would you also consider maybe some preventative maintenance? Like I know that you have aqua therapy here. Can we talk about that?
So we do a bunch of innovative therapies in general to make it, again, more engaging, more happy vibes. So we do the aqua therapy, we do virtual realities, we use direct currents to alleviate the patient's pain. We do motion analyses, and we do preventative care. So every aspect, it's not that you come in, you have a knee pain, then it's your knee.
Okay.
It's a holistic approach to your body. We have recently been monitoring also the effect of physical improvement on the cognitive functions, and we're testing
Really?
that. And I think we're probably one of the first in the country to do so. So it's we approach you holistically as a person. So, and we walk through the steps of how your home looks like, what do you do for work, how is your normal day looks like, and we try to elevate any challenge that you have through that day.
You know, especially stairs. I realize for myself now, I guess after the age of 50, and I don't mind telling people my age, I'm 57 and I feel like I'm 42, right? But I feel like I'll even watch how I go down a staircase. I will tend now to go down sideways instead of forward, you know, because balance and things change as you get older. So those are also important things, I think, from a physical therapy standpoint, where you can help somebody, you know, be more mobile, like how to do staircases correctly or how to, you know, make arrangements.
More mobile and more safe.
Okay.
So safety is a big component, and yes, with age some changes happens, but it's not just about age. We recently partnered up with the NFL Academy, and we see a lot of sports and a lot of young kids, and they get injured, and you would hear the very same complaint because the human body is the same. So it's like I would be running on the field, I'm okay, but when I get to the stairs, it's painful.
Okay.
So there is a lot of components that goes into that between your muscles, your nerves, your proprioceptions, balance, and safeties. And again, we address it from a holistic approach on a item by item, and we make sure that there is a checklist that is covered to get you back to what you need to be at.
Interesting enough, you had mentioned, you know, bodies being similar, like with the muscles and things like that.
Yes.
It's very much maybe like playing piano. Like, you know, you have the keyboard, right?
Yes.
And if you touch one thing, like you're going to hear a different song.
It's similar but different.
Okay.
So every plan of care needs to be specifically tailored to the patient needs. Bodies are similar, but how we use it is different. The way you drive a car is different than the way I drive a car. So, and everybody has a history of going through the days, the pains, the functions, and the injuries. And you know, you might be injured now, but there is a history behind that. We need to get to know that and learn about you as a person, what you do, so we could specially tailor the plan of care around your needs. Not you specifically. But
but I would welcome any help you want to give me, right? Because I at least plan to live to 100, so I don't know. Maybe we need to talk. But one of the things too that I realized is that each person, like you said, does have an individual care path. So even though you have, you know, multiple locations now and you're growing significantly and you do see a lot of people, I do like the fact that you know all of your staff by their first name.
Yes.
I asked you that recently and you said yes, and their last name as well.
Yes.
And then also the patients, like they're all, or clients, I guess they're all treated like on a first name basis where there's kindness and, you know, longevity to that.
So it's a personal interest to me that eventually became part of the culture, is to pave the way for everyone to unlock their best potentials. Everybody who has been working in the company has been growing. We love internal promotions more than external hires, and even for people who tends to leave, they are all in better places after we help craft their path for the future.
Good for them.
And we do the same with patients when it's a plan of care, obviously.
Now, I had mentioned to you when we recently had a meal together that I suffered from a concussion. So cognitive, you know, monitoring, I think, is also so important. So tell us about that experience here. What is it that you're measuring?
So the pain and the perception of pain are completely two different things.
Oh.
So if you're having a knee pain, for example, you could be feeling the pain even after you get physically better because you have been cognitively affected for so long. So this process takes steps from us to basically unwire it cognitively from your brain that, okay, this is not painful as you think it is, you're physically doing better, and you need to see that. So over the years, and it's been a personal suffering for me and for a lot of therapists, that there is nothing that is able to correlate between the cognitive functions and the physical improvement. Recently, we've contracted a company that developed a system in affiliation with, you know, the Navy, the Defense, the John Hopkins, and, you know, it got all those stamps and approvals. So we were like, okay, you know what? Let's try to work with that with our patients and monitor how far they're able to improve cognitively when they improve physically. And so far, it's still a small sample, but so far we've been doing great with it. And we're looking into generalizing it over this locations and all of our coming locations going forward.
Believing in possibility, the possibility of being well again is really what you're helping people do, plus the achievement of that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Delivering on that hopeful promise that things will, maybe 100% improve, maybe 90% improve, but at least there's growth there.
So what I always tell my staff, and I tell my patients as well, we never can promise the uncertainty. We can never promise results and outcomes in the future. What we could always promise is that we will do our best. And our best collectively usually leads us to what we want to do. We cannot control the universe. We cannot control all the variables, but every single thing that we could control, if it's a plan of care, if it's a plan for the office, if it's a plan for a patient, if it's a plan for an employee, we do our absolute best to control it. And I always say we're not always the best at what we do, but we try the most. So.
Oh no, I think you're the best at what you do.
I appreciate it.
I think you're humble.
Because
I've seen all the testimonials and I've done a lot of research. I really do feel like, Hands of Hope, physical therapy and wellness, I do think that you guys are really like the top. You're doing great work.
We've treated we've conducted more than 100,000 visits in the last year, and it's something we take pride in. We're very proud of. We're planning into doubling this number next year. We're reaching out to more communities. We're offering equal access to healthcare, equal job opportunities. We're offering career path for new graduates. We're offering a platform for experienced people to come join us and provide the best for their communities. And we strive for it. We take pride in it and we strive for it.
I thank you very much for inviting me here. It's been a pleasure to know you, to see you, and I know that we're going to be talking to a few more people here today. But thank you very, very much for inviting us into your home, at least one of your locations.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You have
Motaz.
a lovely staff. You're a very lovely person, and I thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here. If you're someone that needs care, or you know someone that needs care, give them a call.
It has a treadmill underwater that goes up to 4 miles an hour. That's much with resistance. It has a swimming against resistance feature. So when you do exercises in the pool, you eliminate gravity to an extent, and you eliminate the ground reaction force, we call it, which is the force that happens from you pumping on the ground.
So Jen, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So I just recently found out that you attend here. So what made you decide to choose Hands of Hope?
Well, fun fact, I obviously, you go on Google and you look at all the different things, but one of my friends actually had come here and had told me about it before I even needed to come here. So, she was like, there was this place on Steinway and it had a pool, and I can't really remember much else, but my physical therapist was amazing. So I contacted her. I was like, hey, where was that place that you went? And she couldn't remember the name of it, but she was like, it's on Steinway, in between these two streets, and then it was the first thing that popped up on Google. So
wonderful.
I was like, oh, this is okay. Like this was just kind of a nice little kismet moment.
And because we're both in the entertainment industry, I asked you, was it that you got hurt at work or what it was? And so tell us about your journey so far.
Right. So I do get hurt at Batsu a lot, okay. But this was not one of the things that happened. So I found out I have bursitis in my hip, which I always thought was for older people, and I'm like, oh, I'm healthy. I run, I do all these things, I do Krav Maga. And so my doctor told me what it was, what happened, and it's basically just due to repetitive motion. And, she said, you need to get into physical therapy. So then I found this, I saw all of the reviews for, Hassan, and I was like, oh, he's amazing. And the other physical therapists had really great reviews as well. So I was like, I feel like I can't lose going here.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research about it myself, and they're growing and the people are always nice, and I was like, wow, what a comforting thing, because you want to go somewhere where you can just kind of relax and be yourself.
Exactly. And honestly, the moment I walked in the doors, everyone was so welcoming. Everybody was so kind. I actually made everybody Christmas cookies for for the holidays because they were just so wonderful. So.
What's your go-to recipe for that?
Ooh, okay, so I make 7 different ones usually, but one of my favorites is Spritz cookies because they're like a traditional Scandinavian butter cookie. And
melts in your mouth.
Very
right?
Scandinavian. So yeah, and they're a lot of fun to make. You use a cookie press, and it's just the decorating is super fun. So
now, have you seen less pain?
I have. Oh my gosh.
Tell me about your results.
So when I first came here, I could barely even bend halfway down, with my knees straight. And now I can actually touch my toes. So, it's been a huge improvement.
And then how has that helped your career? Like knowing that you have more flexibility now.
Exactly. So for a month, I wasn't even able to work out. And as an actor, you kind of have to stay in shape and, just getting around. I mean, even walking upstairs was hard. So, I'm able to move a lot more during the show, which is great because it's a very physical show. And, just having less pain in daily life has been amazing.
Well, I'm very happy for your success here. And thank you. And I appreciate you just letting me throw you in the chair. But it was great to see you again. Happy journeys to you.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more. We're living it up right here at Hands of Hope.